That Snake. About the author, Zai Whitaker has written a dozen books, most of them for children and young readers. She writes about wildlife and conservation. Her interest in this area began when she was a young girl in Mumbai because of the several naturalists in her family. After college, Zai worked at the Snake Park and Crocodile Bank in Chennai. This story is about a boy, Kali, who belongs to Irula tribe of Tiruvallur district of Tamil Nadu. The people of Irula tribe are famous as snake catchers, and Kali's father was one of the best in the tribe. This, however, makes his father and Kali somewhat abnormal in the eyes of his classmates. Will Kali be able to make friends in his class? Read the story to find out. Kali walked along the thorny forest track as slowly as he could. He was on his way to school. Kali's father was one of the most famous snake catchers of the Irula tribe. He had caught over 100 cobras this monsoon and bought many good things for the family. The snake cooperative paid rupees 150 for each poisonous snake. They took out the poison from snakes to make anti-venom serum. When Kali went snake catching with his father, his legs worked like machines. But now he dragged his feet. "I hate school," he told the bushes as his walk got slower and slower. "And school hates me." The bushes did not seem to understand or feel sorry for him. "It's been 2 months since I joined school, but I don't have a single friend. I get the feeling, I think they think we Irolas are weird." On the first day of school, each student had to stand up and tell the class 3 things: his or her name, the name of the village, and what their father did. "My name is Ramu. My village is Mellur. My father is a bus conductor," said the first child. Then came Selvi, Orathur, postman. When it was Kali's turn, he was so proud that he felt like a balloon. "I am Kali. My village is Kanatur. My father is a snake catcher." The children giggled and nudged one another as if he had something silly. For the first time in his life, Kali did not feel proud of being an Irula. He wished he were just like others, an ordinary boy with a bus conductor father. Anyway, that was 2 months ago. Kali was getting used to it, but it was hard. And his school walk got slower and slower. Kali reached the school gate as the bell was ringing. As usual, he sat in the back row, alone, wishing he had friends, wishing he could fail and be thrown out of school. But failing wasn't easy. He had tried, but, however badly he wrote his lessons, the teacher seemed pleased with him. This morning, they had maths and writing, and then it was break time. The children rushed outside to have their snacks. Some had idli, others had mixture, a slice of bread, or 2 or 3 biscuits. Oh no! Fried termites? His favorite actually. But what if someone saw? He'd have to hide. He sat on the wall far away from the others and finished his tiffin. Termites didn't taste as good here as at home. Suppose someone comes near me. Suppose someone asks what I have bought. Kali wondered anxiously.
The bell rang. Break was over. It was the same teacher, but another subject English. They had to write the English alphabets on their slates. Teacher walked around the room with a stick, hitting a child who had made mistakes. Lucky, thought Kali. Lucky that he could make the teacher angry. He would try and make a mess of his slate too. Teacher stood in front of Kali. But instead of a swish of the stick, he got a pat on the back. Teacher held up Kali's slate for the class to see. Here, this is the sort of work I want to see from everyone, he said. Now the others would hate him more than ever. Kali could hear the whispering in the classroom.
He would never have friends in school and he would never get kicked out. Just then, something happened in the room. At first, Kali didn't understand it. Arms and legs flew. Bodies tumbled over each other, fell, ran some more. There were shouts from all directions. Help! Help! Teacher! Help! But the teacher was under his table. Eyes and hands pointed to the ceiling. Now Kali understood. There on the roof was a large rat snake. It must have smelled rats on the roof tiles and come after them. By mistake, it had taken the wrong turn and come into the class instead. Kali's father said that sometimes snakes smelled humans and mistook them for rats. Maybe this one thought, wonderful, here's a room full of rats. The rat snake was wrapped around a palmyra beam on the roof. It stretched out its neck curiously. It must have been surprised by all the excitement. Slowly, more and more of its body uncoiled from the beam. Kali, looking up, knew what was going to happen next. And it did. Thump! Down fell the rat snake. The noise and confusion grew worse. Chairs crashed. Heads banged. Bodies hit the wall, the floor, one another. Teacher was now on under his table, yelling, "Save me! Save me!" The rat snake was terrified. It went to one side of the room, then the other. The children ran in the opposite direction. For a few seconds, Kali was too surprised to do anything. His people, the Irolas, always went towards the snake, not away from them. Had everyone gone mad? He walked slowly to where the snake was. He reached out his hand. Suddenly, the room grew still. No sound, no movement. All eyes were on Kali. The rat snake, it was over 2 meters long, reared back like a horse, opened its mouth wide, hissed and struck. Luckily, it missed Kali's hand. The bite of a big rat snake is very painful. This was the thought that went through Kali's mind as he grabbed the snake behind the head. His other hand gripped the long muscular body. Soon, Kali was all wrapped up in snake. Kali thought he would find a big bag to put the rat snake in. He'd take it home to father. The Vandalar Zoo near Chennai would pay a good price for rat snakes. He'd buy his baby sister a new dress. But what was this noise? What was happening? Was there another snake in the room? Confused, Kali looked up. Everyone was clapping and cheering, and they were chanting, "Kali, Nandri, Kali, Nandri, Kali, thank you." It was so wonderful. Kali's eyes became wet with happiness. He grinned, and clapping grew louder. "You saved us!" shouted one of the boys. "How brave you are! From now on, you will sit next to me." "No, me." And the children started quarreling about whom Kali would sit next to. Who taught you to be so brave? Asked Ramesh, the class bully. Come on, name it. We'll give you whatever you want. Well, what I want now, replied Kali, is a bag, a big one, to put this fellow into. 10 children ran off in 10 directions to find bags. The others looked at Kali with admiration. From the corner of his eye, Kali saw the teacher climb down from his desk. The teacher walked up to Kali, but he was careful not to get too close. Silly children, he scolded. Why did you get so scared, running all over the place just because of a non-poisonous snake? The teacher walked back to his desk. As soon as his back was turned, Kali and the children grinned at one another. Secret grins, the kind that friends used.